Alright, welcome to the channel, everybody. We are going to try to fly through this super duper fast just because it's late and I need to get this out and go to bed. We got a Yasha list. This is from William Gabi, a buddy of mine out in the community. He decided just to toss me a list because I love taking community lists and posting them on the channel. So we got Yasha. She's a 629. This is a void list. She has Brute, Mighty 9, and Warrior. She gets 3 counters for, she gets a counter. Rage counter for every 3 damage she takes. She has 2 enhances. Enhance your X, you get X damage. X equals half the number of the rage counters, rounded up, +1. And once per game, remove 6 rage counters from this card. Your rival removes 2 cards from their hand. So we get damage, and then we gotta remove our rival's cards from their hand so we can kill them. So into the attacks, we got Titan Cliff, 6 difficulty, 3 check, 2 low block, 5 high for 6. Enhance, discard 3 cards. Up to 3 cards, we can draw 1 card for each card discarded. The review part doesn't matter. So we're able to sculpt our hand, fix our hand, maybe get some new block zones, maybe dig for more attacks. Especially if we're going to be going in, we want a lot of attacks, right? And then we can build 1 card with a check value of 6 from our hand from a discard pile. We do have a plethora of those. I think it's like 11 or 12. We're able just to snap those in, and a lot of them actually progress our game state, like Pro Hero number 23, Pass Through Walls, Ultra Regen, I believe Stoic Enmity is a 6 check, so it allows us to prep for our big go-in turn. We have like this 3-card hard to block package, which is Attack Titan's Haymaker, Orphan Maker's Fury, and Besieged. I'll get into why Orphan Maker's Fury is in there, but Attack Titan Haymaker, 5 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 4 mid 5, Shift, Stun 2, Punch and Titan, Blitz cannot be blocked by cards, print difficulty of 2 or less. Also, we have a Aaron's Determination. It transforms into your stage. Unique. Mill 1. We get a damage for, we get 1 damage. If we have 10 or less, we get 2 damage. Very cool. Pact to Wrath, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 4 high 4, Fury, and Spell. As a static, if this attack's damage is 8 or greater, rival effects cannot flip it or cause it to leave your card pool. So like Condescending Explanation, Cape, No Return doesn't work, but it can still get Genkai's Guidance because it's on the response on play. Response, after your rival spends 1 or more momentum, this attack gets +2 damage. Blitz, lose up to 2 health. This attack gets +1 speed for each health lost this way. If you've lost 2 health this way, your rival spends 1 momentum. So technically, we blitz, we make them lose a momentum when we get 2 damage. First enhance Yasha, get 2 damage or more, and then it can't be touched. So it protects us. Also, it gets a little bit of speed. It can get up to lose 2 health, we get 1 speed, so we get 6 high for 8. It's not shabby on a 4 diff. Orphan Maker's Fury, 6 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 5 high for 8. Fury weapon. This attack gets blitz. This attack gets 1 speed for each rage counter in your character. Response. After this attack is blocked, your rival loses X health. X equals 5 minus their block modifier. I consider this part of the block hard package, or the hard to block package, because 1, it gets a billion speed, and 2, it actually plays into the besieged gimmick a little better than Attack Titan's Haymaker. So, because you kind of want to block with that response, you want to block it with the bad block mod, which makes it harder to block, so you don't lose as much health. Because if you block with like a +1 or a +0, you're burning 4 to 5, and that can kill you on the attack. Even if you full block it, you still die. So you're going to block with a bad block mod, and then Besiege follows up, and then you don't have a block for Besiege, so you're stuck taking all that damage too. So it's kind of thrown into that really cool hard, like block hard package. A lot of people think it's kind of lame that you have to, I don't want to call it lame. I think it's good strategy. Like it's a good deck building thing. You have like this package, and defensively you have to figure out a way on how to defend against this really hard package, this hard to block package. Yeah, it's interesting gameplay. I think it's just one more layer to the game that if your rival's playing these symbols, they're gonna have them. Sweeping Daggers at a 3x, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid block, 5 high, 5 high. Woo, that'd be crazy. 5 mid for 4, Fury weapon. Blitz, remove 1 attack from rival's discard pile. This attack gains all the abilities, keywords, and keyword ratings printed on that card. So Blitz, enhances, responses, stuns, echoes, powerful, whatever. He gets it all. It gets it all. It steals everything. Because what thieves do, they steal everything. Blitz, remove one card with dagger or daggers in its name from your discard pile, and your rival loses L. So, if we have our other 2 copies, we can remove them. Next up, Blue Flame Surge. 3 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 4 mid, 2 static. After you block an attack with a keyword ability with this card, it deals no damage. Very neat. So, like throws, no damage. Stun, no damage. If it has breaker on it for some reason, no damage. It's very cool. And then enhance, add 1 card from your momentum to your hand. So if +1, it's kind of replacing itself to give us some more gas, or maybe we have a block or something or whatever, a trick in there, something we can use. Maybe we have another Blue Flame Surge, so we could loop Blue Flame Surges. That'd be kind of cool. Next up is part of the Black Hard package. Besiege, 3 difficulty, 3 check, +1 mid block. It doesn't even block itself. How lame. 3 mid for 4. Blitz, this attack can only be blocked by cards with a printed block modifier 3 or greater. For some reason, I'm surprised that doesn't have it. It should have a 3 on it for block mod, so it can block itself, but in a way it'd be kind of cheesy if it could block itself. Deadlock Blitz, this attack gets +4 damage. So with Yasha's once per game, this card could technically, if we have enough damage built up or ways to get more counters, we can just destroy our rival, right? Like playing this on a 5 or a 6 or a 7 as like our 3rd, 4th, 5th attack. It's just value, and it just becomes bigger and bigger as the turn goes on. 2 copies of Violent Animus Shot, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 low block, 5 damage, 4 high. I said that really weird, so 4 high for 5. Breaker 1, range, tech, weapon. Blitz, commit a foundation. Remove 1 backup from any stage. If you did, draw a card. And this deck gains flesh. 4 diff cantrip that removes a problem backup. We like those. Response, after this attack deals damage, your rival removes 1 random card from their hand. So, with this smallish discard package with like Violent Animus Shot, we carry Genkai's in our board, and Yasha, I would love to see like a Throat Slitter in this deck, just because we can nuke a card on Blitz, use Yasha's to get rid of 2 more cards, and then maybe they don't have any cards and we give a bunch of damage and then we powerful to it and they just die. But something maybe to think of, because like I think that takes the place of Orphan Makers or Attack Titans. I think Titan Cliff's too pivotal to the deck to like function properly, so we can build in extra foundations while attacking. We got a couple assets and actions. We got Psychic Spirit Glass, 2 difficulty, 5 check, 3 mid block. Form, remove, your rival reveals their hand. You can say, I don't want you to play that card. And then you choose 1 card this way. And then they can't play that card for the rest of the turn. So it's a part of that hard to block discard package that kind of crosses over a little bit. So it makes it harder for them to block. And for an action main board, we like to play I'd Like to Rage. 3 copies, 3 difficulty, 5 check, 2 mid block. Fury. First copy of I'd Like to Rage does not count as progressive this turn. So block, we play it on block. It's really cool if we play it on block, because technically we don't even have to remove it, but we can remove it if somehow we get a card stuffed or whatever. Form, add 1 rage counter to your character for each of your momentum. So if we can cycle enough momentum in, we can get tons of rage counters, and then we can just go, whoop, you have no hand. And then we also draw a card. It also has an enhanced card pool remove. Your Fury attack gets 3, powerful 3. So it allows us to make like Besiege powerful 3, right? It's a Fury, right? Fury, not a Fury, which should be. This is randomly in Fury. So only 2 attacks and only 4 attacks in our deck is non-Furies. So we can give powerful 3 to any of them. Pretty sick. Stoic Enmity, 1/6 for mid block. We sack it to get -1 damage and get a counter. We love that. Unrelenting Brute, 1/5 to mid block. Response flip, after your rival reduces the damage of your attack, it gets +2 damage. Add 1 rage counter to your character. So it protects our damage a little bit if they try to like DR it or reset it. And then we get an extra rage counter, so then we can pump it up even more. Unyielding Rage, 3 difficulty, 5 check, 1 low block. Breaker, 1 Fury. Enhance, once per turn, Tenacious. There are 3 or more rage counters on your character. Ready the foundation, so it's offensive and defensive. Response commit, after you spend 1 or more momentum, add 1 rage counter to your character. We do have some defensive ways to spend momentum in the deck, so we could actually stack counters off turn with Stoic, Unyielding, with the commit. Also, Yasha herself by only taking 3 damage. So we can actually stack a lot of counters for the crackback. Treasure hunting, add 3 copies, 1/5, 3, high block, form, flip, draw a card. Discard 1 card unless your rival has 15 or more cards in their discard pile. Usually by the end of turn 2, you're able to just draw a card. Pull from danger, 1/4, 3, high block. Flip, this attack gets -3 damage. Enhance, deadlock enhance, our attack gains stun 2. Very sick. We are a Mighty 9 character, so we are playing 4 copies of Hostile Introduction, 0, 5, 3 mid block. If it enters our discard pile during the enhanced step, we get to burn our rival one, so we do have a ways to discard during the enhanced step with Botan's Coaching, Titan Cliff. I don't think anything else says that. I'm looking. Nope. So yeah, so we'll be able to a little bit of burn, but it's that Mighty 9 Breaker 2 that we're looking for. Playing pranks, 2/5, 3 high block. Response flip after you block an attack, mill 1. If you milled an attack this way, the next attack your rival tries to play gets +2 difficulty. So it's some Keiko's Aid action. It's just Keiko's Aid with upside. Otherwise, their next attack gets -1 speed and -2 damage. So if we don't hit the attack, we give a little stat debuff, so we can either DR or block. Botan's Coaching. Everyone knows what it is. If you have 4, you shove 4. 3 Eyes of Hiei is a really unique card in this deck. It does have a 6 check. This was printed wrong. It is a 3/6 with 2 high block. Enhance commit. Your rival reveals 1 random card in their hand. Look at the top card of both decks, and then we get to change the zone of this attack. So if they've kept like 3 cards in hand and we've used our once per game, we can just see the last card in their hand, change the zone, which will ever do the most damage, and we just yeet them to the moon. It's actually a really cool piece that we can also build in Titan Cliff, so we don't feel bad chucking it. Speaking of cards we like to build in a Titan Cliff, Ultra Regen, 4 difficulty, 6 check, 2 low block, response flip, tenacious flip, I should say. It's a tenacious flip. After you take 5 or more damage from an attack, we draw 2 cards and gain 2 health. So technically we take 3 if we only take 5, and then we get to gain a counter, which is really cool. So really it progresses our game state. Enhanced Tenacious, remove. If you have no ready foundations, add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. Man, we can't play referee jury in this deck. That's kind of sad, but we could pick up a barrier shield if we sided those in. We could pick up a Genkai's guidance if we sided those in. So it's pretty neat. We have options to pick up that if we get completely stunned out or commit out, and this is like our last ditch effort, we enhance, remove, we get ready for their next attack. We got 3 copies of 23 number 23 Pro Hero, 2/6, 3 high. The response isn't that big of a deal. Before your review step, if you have less cards in your hand size, we get to draw cards. We get to double review in a way. And then enhance, if you have 3 or more counters on your character, your deck gets a speed. So we get some speed and damage. We get some unilateral stats, as they call it. Sometimes it's just going to be more damage and speed, obviously. So these stack very well. We want to try to get multiples in so we can get that 2 to 3 speed. And speaking of off-turn momentum gen and momentum usage, we got Hacker Extraordinaire, 2/4, 4 high block, response commit. After you take 5 or more damage, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Once per turn, Tenacious. We love Tenacious abilities. Discard 1 momentum, draw 1 card. You may flip 1 rival asset. So it gives some asset hate, some off-turn card draw. If we spend a momentum and we have our Unyielding Rage out, we can commit the Unyielding Rage to get a counter. And then if we have 3 or more counters, we can ready Unyielding Rage. It's very neat how many pieces of this deck actually kind of grease the wheels for each other, which is really neat. 2 copies of Facing Danger, 2/5, 3 mid block, enhance, destroy, changes the attack's damage to 5, and then flip. And response flip after this card is committed due to a rival effect. Unflip 1 other foundation. So we can unflip another foundation with this flip. So if something and we want to reuse like a treasure hunting or a Botan's Coaching or a playing pranks, we're able to unflip them. 2 copies of Attack Titan's Hardening to push the DR package even more to 1/5, 3 low block. Sacrifice a foundation. This attack gets -1 damage. If we have cycled this game, you may give it 1/1 instead. +1/+1. So it's really good. The later the game goes, this card here gets more powerful, and we'd like to see that in some of our 1-diffs. 1 copy of Pass Through Walls on the main board. 2/6, 3 high block. Response, hate on a breaker. Response flip, hate on an asset. And then over to our board, we got 2 copies of Genkai's Guidance. 1/5/3 low block. First form, we discard a card, we make them discard a card. It's very good in our discard deck. And then response, destroy 3 foundations. After your rival plays an attack, we get to remove from the game. So we get to yeet an attack that they try to play, so we stay alive. We got 2 copies of Barrier Shield because we want to block and breaker, 2/5 through 2 high block, an ally. This card does not count towards progressive difficulty. Enhance remove. Reduce the attack speed to 0. The next card we try to play, the next card you play this turn gets breaker 2. And then enhance. Your rival cannot add cards to their hand during this attack due to their non-character effects, so they can only draw with their character, which is very cool in our discard deck and hard to block type deck. More Pact of Wrath for more momentum hate. We got 2 copies of Rip Apart, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 high block, 3 mid for 6 combo Fury. Blitz. If there are 2 or more rage counters on your character, you gain throw. So we love this card, and against 7-handers, especially ones that don't play throw hate. So this card could just melt them because it starts out at 6 base, and then if we can Yasha, even just 1 Yasha in activation puts it up. We wanted to get it to a nice odd number so they take extra damage. So we want to get as much damage on this as possible. And then we got 2 more copies of Pass Through Walls. So that's the Yasha, we call it the Yasha Cliff deck. It's just a basic voidish control aggro. Like, it has a little bit of everything, right? It has some aggro, it has some control. It has 2 different types of victory conditions with, hey, you can't, it's hard to block my stuff, or I'm going to nuke your hand, right? Like, it has some really cool, lines. It has some cool interactions with Titan Cliff and the foundations. We also like that, what is it? Oh, yeah. Whoop. I was looking for it. Where'd it go? Oh, Ultra Regen can just yank us a cool action, or like a Genkai's Guidance or a Barrier Shield after we side them in, or a Blue Flame Surge if we need it. You know, like if we were able to block it somehow easy, it's super cool. Like, the deck has a lot of neat moving pieces, and yeah, I kind of rambled on long enough. So again, thanks to Will Godby for this deck. I appreciate everything he does for the community. He loves throwing deck lists at me because I love making videos of his lists because I've done a few of them. But yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Yasha. I think she's cool. I think she may fall behind some of the meta characters just because she's not able to push speed. But if someone who can crack that code, I think she's actually set for success, because like, no one wants to get their hand nuked. Nobody wants to die to big giant attacks. So we'll see how it happens. And I guess that's it. And then until the next video, everyone, take care.